glad you joined us. Today is class 12 of our 30-class active chair yoga journey together. We'll explore poses for a deeper stretch, including a seated hamstring stretch series. We created this class 2 years ago. Let's experience our chair yoga practice as a community together. Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you joined us today. Check out the sections on the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage, which make it easier to find classes by length or by purpose or by body area. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. In today's practice, we'll explore poses for a deeper stretch. You'll only need your chair today, and let's get started. We're going to move forward in our chair a little bit, and let's take a moment to ground our feet to the earth. So thinking about having all 4 pressure points equally weighted on the floor. Same thing with those sits bones. So we want to have those equally weighted on the chair. Let's close our eyes. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling. And just begin to breathe. So just noticing that natural inhalation and exhalation. Now we're going to move that breath down into the diaphragm. As you inhale, the belly extends. We're filling the lungs from the bottom up. And as you exhale, actively pull the belly button in towards the spine and push the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a couple of times. We're going to inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5, continuing with our diaphragmatic breath. Let's inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Let's bring the hands back down to the thighs and open the eyes. Let's look over that right shoulder. And go ahead and look center. And then we're going to look over that left shoulder. Just a little neck stretch. And go ahead and look center. So we're going to come into mountain pose. So bring those arms down by your side to start with. Palms are facing out. And if it feels okay, we're going to spread those fingers. All right, now release the fingers and bring the arms up to goalpost arms, squeezing the shoulder blades back behind you. Good. Now we're going to extend our mountain pose up to the ceiling. With your right hand, grab that left wrist and lengthen. Try to touch the ceiling first, and then we're going to lean that mountain. Oh my goodness. Sideways stretch. And up we go, and we're going to do that whole series again, okay? Mountain pose. Stretch those fingers. Goalpost arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Extended mountain. Grab the opposite wrist. Lengthen, try to touch the ceiling first, and then lean your mountain pose. We're going to come back up and release. Very good. Okay, so we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. So a little internal stretch here for the inner thigh. You feel that? Okay, now we're going to move into half Lord of the Fishes pose. So I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to bring it all the way across my body, and I'm going to grab the back of the chair. Next, I'm going to lengthen through the crown of the head. So the crown of the head is up towards the ceiling, and then I'm going to turn and I'm going to look over the back of my chair. Okay, let's release that. And then we're going to do that again. Make sure this knee doesn't fold in, okay? You want to keep this knee open. Here we go. Bring it across your body. Grab the chair. Crown of the head lifts to the ceiling. Turn and look over the back of your chair and breathe. So don't hold the breath here, just your natural breath. And release. Very good. Okay, let's bring this knee in, and then we're going to go to the other side. So that left knee is going to open up. So remember, you want to keep this knee open. It wants to fold in, but don't let it, okay? Internal thigh stretch. All right, right hand comes across the body, grabs the chair, lift and twist. Let's release that. Thinking about this knee, how is it? Is it staying open? Let's do that again. Bring it all the way across the body. Grab the chair, lift and twist. Hold and breathe. Shoulders are down. Breath is natural. One more breath here and release. All right, let's face forward and grab a sip of water. All right, we're going to move forward in our chair just a little bit. We're going to be working on stretching our hamstrings. So we're going to take that right knee in and squeeze it, all right? So we're going to flex this foot, and then what I want you to do is think about pushing through your heel. So you're going to push that heel, hold on under that thigh for a little stretch, for a little support there. Push through that heel, stretch. Now, let's just see if we can lift that leg any higher. It doesn't matter how high you lift the leg. What I don't want you to do, though, is lean back, right? So we're not leaning back so we can get that leg up. No, Extend the spine, crown of the head to the ceiling, then give it a little tug. Feel that? All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to put that heel down, all right? And we're going to lengthen through and let our heart fall forward, so pyramid pose. Now in your pyramid pose, remember we want to look beyond those toes, right? So keep the back flat. You got it. How's that feel? All right, let's come up and we're going to bend that knee and put that foot on the floor. We're going to do the same side again. Let's do it. Here we go. Bring that knee in, squeeze. Crown of the head to the ceiling, flex that foot, push through that heel. Grab behind that thigh and give that a little tug. Don't lean back, belly tight. Crown of the head to the ceiling. One more breath here. Drop that foot to the floor. Lengthen and hinge. Are you feeling that hamstring stretching? I know, right? I have tight hamstrings too, so I totally feel it. All right, let's come up, bend the knee and put the foot on the floor. All right, can we go to the other side? Let's do it. Bring that knee in, squeeze it. Crown of the head to the ceiling. Belly is tight. Are we ready? Flex that foot. Push through the heel. Grab behind that leg and give that hamstring a little love. You feel it? I know, I do too. Here we go. Put that foot down. Lengthen through the spine. Belly tight. Yeah, crown of the head long. And let that heart fall forward. There's your pyramid pose. I'm looking beyond those toes. Remember, keep that back flat. This isn't cat pose. We're not rounding, right? One more breath. Let's come up. Bend the knee. Put the foot on the floor. Can we do it one more time? Let's do it. Bring it in. Squeeze it. Flex, push through that heel, grab that thigh, lift just a little higher. Ready? Put the heel down, lengthen through the spine, pull the belly in, and let that heart fall forward. If you'll notice, I'm holding on to my thighs a little bit here, and that's fine, right? Look beyond those toes though. Keep that back flat. Feel that hamstring stretching. One more breath and release. Bend that knee and put the foot on the floor. How'd that feel? A little hamstring stretch, right? Okay, so our next pose is goddess pose, but it's going to be a little different than how we often do our goddess pose. So we'll do a heel and a toe and a heel and toe, all right? So whatever that means to you is absolutely fine. But what I do want is your knees in alignment with your toes, okay? So make sure those knees don't fold in. We want to keep those knees open and right in alignment. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hold on to those thighs and begin to let that heart fall forward. Okay, or you should already begin to feel the stretch on those inner thighs. Do you feel it? I do. Okay, so we're going to let that right shoulder fall straight down. So a little shoulder dip here. Do you feel it? Now, what I want you to do with this hand, I want you to push against that inner thigh. So this shoulder is dropping, I'm pushing. So I'm feeling my sideways stretching, I'm feeling this arm stretching, and I'm feeling that inner thigh stretching. Do you feel it? Right? Oh my goodness. One more breath here. All right, let's come up. Now we're going to leave our knees open and we're going to go to the other side, okay? So we're going to let this let this shoulder fall down. All right? Now I'm going to push. So this is the hand I'm using. So the same hand of the elbow that's dipped, I'm pushing. So I'm feeling not only is this arm stretching, my sideways is stretching, and my inner thigh is stretching. One more breath here. All right, let's go ahead and come up. Let's just take our heel toe in just a minute and take just a little break because we're going to do that one more time. Okay, so take just a moment here. Let's do it. Heel toe those feet back out. Remember, get those in alignment. Knees to the toes. You know where we're headed now, so you kind of got a feel for it. Let's put our hands here. Let that heart fall forward first. Let this shoulder dip. Push. I don't know about you, but I feel all kinds of muscle stretching in this one. Feels good though. All right, let's release it. Let's go to the other side. We're going to let our heart fall forward first. We're going to let that shoulder drop, and then we're going to push. One more breath, release that, hold on, and roll up to a seated position. Really good. Let's go ahead and bring those feet back in and take just a little break. So the next stretch is a pretty significant stretch. So if it doesn't feel good to you, then you're just going to bring yourself forward just a little bit in your chair. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. So I'm going to heel toe my feet back out, and then I'm going to scoot my hips way back in my chair. So the seat in my chair is now between my legs. This could be all you want, and you're like, yeah, this is enough for me, I'm good to go. And that's fine, right? Hang out here, you're still getting a good stretch. Now, if you want just a little bit more, so what we're doing again, we've got our knees in alignment with those toes, right? I'm going to grab my chair and I'm going to begin to let my heart fall forward. It's a little froggy stretch. You feel it? I do. So one thing to think about, let's go ahead and tuck our chin and roll up. Take just a break. If you want to bring those feet in just a little bit, take a little break. So one thing that tends to happen in this pose is we tend to squeeze our glutes just as tight as we can. The more you can let go of those glutes, the more you can relax, the more you're going to feel the stretch. Okay, so we're going to do it again, and this time we're going to change our foot placement. So here we go. We're back out. Our knees are in alignment with our toes, and we're going to let our heart fall forward. So this is perfect, right? If you want to stick out, stick here. This is absolutely fine. If you want a little bit more, I don't know that it's more, but it's just different. You're going to take your heels, and notice what I'm doing. It's almost like a froggy, right? I'm trying to turn those heels out a little bit. Okay, let's try it. Extend through the spine, belly tight. Let the heart fall forward. How does that feel? Just a little different, right? Just amazing what a little bit of different foot placement, how it feels. Can you reach down and touch the floor? Oh, yeah. Can you let that heart fall any further? There we are, looking under that chair. If it feels okay, only if it feels okay for you. One more breath. All right. Let's go ahead and lift up, grab that chair. You're going to roll it up nice and slow. Heel toe those feet back together. And grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. And we're going to face our chair. So take the foot that's next to the back of the chair and just set that foot under the chair so that when you bend the knee, you can feel the knee or the shin touching the chair. Now the other leg, we're going to take a step back and we're going to bring that foot to a 45-degree angle. Hips are forward, bend the front knee. Bring your hands to heart. Think about pulling your weight back. So we want our weight in the center of the body, and you almost feel like you're standing down that back leg. Okay? Belly is tight. Lengthen through your tailbone. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to bring our fingertips to the ceiling. Shoulders are down. We're going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, you're going to windmill around to a warrior two facing me. Make sure your ribs are in the center of the body. Make sure that knee is still bent. Arms are parallel to the mat. We're going to flip the front palm up to the ceiling, and then we're going to take those fingertips and try to touch the ceiling, and then reverse our warrior back. We're going to come back to that warrior two. Now, straighten your front leg. And then we're going to bring those ribs forward. So we're trying to touch the wall. Feel the stretch, right? And then we're going to let this hand fall down into the chair, and we're going to lift up into our triangle pose. So we're just hanging out here. We're feeling that stretch on the inside of that front leg. One more breath. All right, let's bend that front knee again. Let's press back up into that warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. Pull those shoulders down out of the ears. Let's flip that front palm up and back again. Feel the stretch. Reverse that warrior, looking up at the ceiling if that feels okay on your neck. We're going to come back to that warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Grab the chair and release. How'd that feel? All right, let's go to the other side. So remember, we're trying to stretch a little bit deeper into our poses. Let's go ahead and put that foot under the chair so that when you bend your knee, it's the leg next to the back of the chair, okay? So that's the leg we're using. We're going to take that step back, bring those hips forward, bend that front knee. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a little bit too far away from my chair now. See, I bend that knee and it's really hard for me to touch. So I'm just going to move up just a little bit. Now, I feel like I'm in that right spot. So I bend my knee and I'm touching. We're going to bring those hips around. So your hips are facing forward. Pull your belly in, lengthen through that tailbone, and bring your hands to your heart. Okay, good. Let's take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to extend those fingertips to the ceiling. Shoulders are down, belly is tight. All right, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to move to our warrior two, facing forward. Okay, my front knee is bent. This inner thigh is stretching. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in your arms. Really activate those triceps. Flip that palm up and back. We're reaching up. We're trying to touch the ceiling. And then we're reversing that warrior. Let's come back to our warrior two. Okay, now we're going to move into our triangle pose. So we're going to straighten that front leg. Now, the upper body is separate from the lower body. We're bringing that upper body over our chair. And we're bringing it over the chair. We're trying to touch that wall. And then we're going to let ourselves fall down into that triangle pose and lift through the heart. We're breathing here, feeling a good stretch through the inner thigh. The chest is getting a nice stretch, extending that arm long. We have one more breath here. Now, I'm going to bend my front knee. I'm going to press back into that warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. I don't remember if I did this on the other side or not, but that's okay. We're doing it on this side. Back to that warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. One more breath and release. That's so good. Okay, we're going to stay on this side of our chair. Now I'm going to take my feet about the width of the legs of the chair. Maybe just one more. Just not, but I don't want it too wide, okay? So maybe one more. But I do want the toes pointing forward, okay? Now I'm going to hinge at the hips. I'm going to shoot my hips back. I'm going to bring my hands to the chair and bring my weight forward, okay? So here's a straddled forward fold. My back is flat, okay? So I'm looking out. There's no wrinkles in the neck though, so I don't want you to look up so that there's wrinkles. We're kind of looking out. Now, you're going to bend your right knee. Okay, do you feel that? Inner thigh stretching here. Make sure this knee stays behind those toes. And let's come up. And then we're going to go the other side. How's that feel? Let's come up. Let's do that again. And up we go. And let's go the other side. All right, up we go. Now, my hands are on the chair. I'm going to lengthen through the spine. So my head is trying to touch the wall over there in front of me. Okay, do you feel that? Stretch, stretch, stretch. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to let my heart fall forward. Okay? So I'm just kind of letting the weight of my upper body let myself fall forward. Maybe your forehead touches the chair, maybe it doesn't. I have one more breath here. I'm going to bend my knees generously, and then I'm going to begin to roll myself back up. Grab the chair, and then let's heel toe those feet back together. Did you feel that stretch? So not only, let's go ahead and have a seat, not only were we feeling the stretch in the back side of the leg, we were definitely getting a stretch into the back as well. I like that one. Okay, let's grab a sip of water. We're going to move a little bit forward in our chair. And then I'm going to take a heel toe, so that my feet are wide, or my legs are wide. So my knees are in alignment with my toes. Now I'm going to support my upper body with my hands on my thighs and begin to let my upper body fall forward. So it's just a little seated forward fold, okay? So I'm feeling that back is stretching. My hips are feeling some stretch. One more breath here, and then we're going to tuck our chin and we're going to roll it up, back up into a seated position. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing, but this time what I'd like you to do is clasp your hands behind your back, push your hands down towards the chair and lift up through the heart. Now, if this doesn't feel okay, we're going to come and do that same forward fold. If this doesn't feel okay, then you're going to come back to the version where your hands are on your thighs, okay? But if you're okay, we're going to lift up. Now, as we begin to come forward, we're going to let our hands just kind of come up towards the ceiling. So you should feel quite a stretch through the chest, the upper arms. I even feel it in my back. And I'm definitely feeling it in my legs as well. One more breath here. Pull your belly in, and we're going to go ahead and come back up into a seated position. And release. How did that feel? Good stretch? Okay, let's heel toe those feet back together. I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to cross it over that opposite knee. I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to bring it on the outside of that knee. My other hand is going to be on the chair behind me. Extend nice and long through the spine. Take this right shoulder, pull it back, turn, and look over that shoulder. We're holding and we're breathing. So hold the movement but not the breath. One more breath here. Let's go ahead and face forward. And then we're going to release that and we're going to go to the other side. So opposite hand is going to go against the knee. The other hand will come back to the chair. Remember, lengthen nice and long through the spine. Pull that shoulder back, then turn and look. So I'm just breathing here. Nice, gentle breath. One more breath. Let's go ahead and face forward, release that, and take the leg off. Okay, so I'm going to take my right leg, extend it long, and my toes are to the ceiling. So we're moving into a pyramid pose. So I'm going to move forward just a little bit more forward in my chair. All right, so we're going to extend first. Just let the heart fall forward. Hands are on those thighs for a static pyramid pose. We have one more breath here. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Now, we're going to take our fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale here, exhale, and we're going to let those hands try to touch the wall in front of you, and then bring those hands down towards the leg, maybe the ankle, maybe the foot. It doesn't matter. Feel that stretch in that leg, the back side of that leg. All right, let's come up. We're going to do that just one more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Hold it and breathe. One more breath here. All right, let's roll up. Bend that knee, put the foot on the floor, and let's go to the other side. Extend your leg long, toes to the ceiling. Let's start by lengthening through the spine. Hold on to those thighs and let the heart fall forward. So a little static hold here. We're just going to breathe into that stretch, all right? Remembering that I'm kind of looking beyond my toes. We want to keep that back flat. Let's tuck our chin and roll up. Now let's add extending those arms up to the ceiling. We're going to try to touch the wall in front of us, and then we're going to let those hands fall down towards the leg. And roll it up, and we're going to do that one more time. Extending nice and long. Inhale here. Exhale, try to touch the wall in front of you, and then let those hands fall down towards the leg or the foot. Doesn't matter. Feeling that stretch. One more breath, and up we go. Really, really good. We're going to move into seated pigeon. Cross ankle onto the leg. Lengthen through the spine. Let the heart begin to fall forward. So again, the back is flat. We're just feeling this stretch first. Okay, let's tuck our chin and roll up. And then just flutter the butterfly wing, just moving that hip joint a little bit. Okay, now again, extending through the spine, letting the heart fall forward. Maybe we press gently on the leg. You might feel it a little bit more, a little deeper stretch here on this, from this pigeon pose. All right, let's release that and roll it up. And flutter that butterfly wing again. In our final version, if you want to, extend your fingertips to the ceiling, try to touch the wall in front of you, and then bring those hands down towards the floor. We just have one more breath here. All right, let's roll it up and let's move to the other side, okay? So remember, our first version is we just kind of hang out here and we begin to feel that stretch into the glute. Pigeon pose. All right, let's come up. Now this next version, we're going to extend the spine long and then we're going to press gently on that leg. Just a super gentle press, but you might feel a little more stretch. One more breath. All right, let's come up and flutter that. I think I forgot that last time. It's all right. Just flutter that butterfly wing, so it's a little movement in the hip. Now the final version, extending up, extend it out, and then down we go. One more breath. All right, let's come up. Place that foot on the floor. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out.
A job well done. It's a great feeling when you know you've done something well. Think of what you could do today to give yourself that feeling. When you make a difference, it makes a difference for you. Suddenly, you're more enthusiastic, more keenly aware of life's best possibilities. A job well done improves your outlook on life and raises your confidence level. It enables you to connect with your skills, capabilities, and resourcefulness. Is there any task you've neglected that you could focus on today? Is there anything you've been doing half-heartedly that you could give more diligence and attention to? It can be all too easy to grow cynical and disappointed with life. Yet whenever you choose, you can create a powerful reminder of life at its best. Give yourself and your world the benefit of a job well done. Discover all over again how positive and effective you can be.
Let's open our eyes. Drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that opposite hand down towards the floor. And release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reaching up with the hands, give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with your left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as we press that opposite hand down towards the floor. And release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, click on that subscribe button and leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.